We ready? Right, so today we're going to be looking at the topic of collecting like terms. Okay, so a term, what is a term? A term is a number or letter in a sequence. So I can put a couple of examples. 2A, that's classified as a term. I could use B, yeah, and we could use any letter really. Right? Now, with collecting like terms, how does it work? Now, I like to look at it like in mathematic terms. It's like almost putting things into a group. Okay? So, I could start off with, and I'm going to scatter this all over the board. Right? So, I'm going to start off with, I'm going to put A down, for example. Okay, next one I'm going to put down is I'm going to put 2B, and I'm going to put the sign with it, positive 2B. Okay? I'm going to also put 2A. Okay? And because there's no sign in front of it, that must be a positive. Okay? I'm also going to write down minus 3B. Okay? Now, when we're talking about collecting terms, as I said, it's almost like putting them into groups. Now, if there is an A, yeah, an A on its own, and it can't be mixed with anything else. So, for example, an A squared, for example, will not be the same as an A. Okay? Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to collect them and put them into groups. So I'm going to circle all the A's. So I'm going to circle 2A, A. I'm not going to circle A squared because that's not the same as A. I'm not going to circle the one with B because that's not the same. And I'm not going to circle that one either. Okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to collect them. So it says here, A plus 2A. Okay? And that will give me how many A's? 2 A's plus another A. And if it's another A, 1 A on its own, that'll just count as 1. So that's going to give me 3 A's. Okay? Then I'm going to have a look at the B's. I'll put squares around those. Okay? Or rectangles. Alright? And I'm going to put those together. So I've got a positive 2B and a minus 3B. Okay? Now, if I've got a plus 2 and I take away 3, what do I end up with? Now, this is like using a number line. Okay, so we've got to be familiar with our numbers. Okay, so I'm going to go 2, take away 3, minus 1, 2, 1, 0, minus 1. So that gives me minus 1B or just minus B. Okay, and the last one I've got here, that's a 2A squared. Okay, now if I collected these all together, or put them in terms of a sequence, I've got 3 A's, I've got a minus B, and a positive 2A squared. And this is what we call collecting like terms. Okay, I'm going to try a couple of example questions and show you how those work, and then I'm going to put a few questions up there for you to try yourselves. Questions on the board for you to try, but I want to go through a couple of examples over here. So we're going to look at question B, and we're also going to look at F. Okay? Now, with collecting like terms, as I said, it is about putting them into groups. So if we look at question B, I'm going to separate it just to make it a little bit easier for you to understand. So I'm just going to put each term down separately. Now the first one, which is 6x, because it's a positive term and it's the first one, we don't usually put the positive sign. But any other term after that, we need to say whether it's positive or negative. Okay, so I'm just going to separate this out. So I've got 6x. Okay, I'm going to write that somewhere. Okay, the next term is positive 2y. So I'll just put positive 2y here. Okay, next one over there is positive 3x. So positive 3x. And the last one is positive 5y. Okay, now as I said, it's about grouping things together. So I want to put all the x's together. Okay, so I've got 6x plus 3x. Okay, now 6x plus 3x, that gives me 9x. Okay, and I don't need to put the positive sign because it's the first one in my expression. Okay, next one is plus 2y plus 5y. Now plus 2 plus 5 gives me plus 7. Okay, so I've got plus 7y. So my answer to my second bit is positive 7y. Okay, and putting it together, I've completed that question. So I've got 9x and I've got a positive 7y. Okay, that's the first one. Now we're not going to use that same. example, we're going to go on to f and see how that works. And this time I'm not going to separate them. I'm going to see how I do it with this question here. So I've got 2f, okay, and I'm going to look for another one that's got an f on it, okay? Can we all see that? Right, that's minus 6f. So 2f minus 6f gives me minus 4f, okay? And because it's a minus, even though it's the first term, I still got to put the sign in. So minus 4f is my first answer. Then I'm going to do the same thing with the g's. Minus 3g plus 5g, that gives me a positive 2g. So my second answer is positive 2g. Okay? So I end up with, let's just write that, minus 4f plus 2g. Now I can, if I want to, change that around just so that I've got the plus in front. So I can turn it around to 2g minus 4f if I want to, as long as the sign in front of each of the terms is the correct sign. Okay? Now, the rest of the questions, I would like you to try them at home, give them a go, and when you get a chance, if you can send them to me on Teams, I can mark them for you. Bye.